students, welcome back. Now we have already studied about the chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. Therefore, now we are going to start with the uses of metals and nonmetals. You should be now be able to guess why metals are used in making machinery, automobiles, aeroplanes, trains, satellites, industrial gadgets, cooking utensils, water boilers, etc. So now let us study in detail the uses of metals. Some important uses of metals are iron, copper, aluminium. Metals are used to make cooking utensils and water boilers for factories. Copper metal is used for making electrical wires for household wiring, electric motors, armature of dynamos, and many other electrical appliances. Aluminium metal is used for making electrical cables and overhead electric transmission lines. Aluminium foils are used for packaging medicines, chocolates, food items, and many other materials. Aluminium metal, in the form of alloys, is used to make aeroplanes. Iron metal, in the form of steel, is used to make nails, screws, nut bolts, pipes, railings, gas cylinders, stoves, water tanks, office furniture, industrial tools and machines, buildings and bridges, railway lines, transport vehicles such as cars, buses, and trains, household goods, and agricultural implements. Zinc metal is used for galvanizing iron to protect it from rusting. Silver and gold medals are used to make jewelry. Mercury metal is used in making thermometers. In our body, iron is present in the pigment of red blood cells called hemoglobin, which transports oxygen from the lungs to all the tissues of our body. If there is a deficiency of iron in our body, then there will be less hemoglobin in our blood. Lower level of hemoglobin in the blood will cause shortage of oxygen in the body, leading to tiredness and weakness. Now, next is the uses of nonmetals. Now, all the living things around us, like plants and animals, are made up of mainly of compounds of nonmetals like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and phosphorus. Nonmetals are used in our day to day life for a large number of purposes. Some of the important uses of common nonmetals like oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, iodine, sulfur, phosphorus, and carbon are oxygen is a nonmetal which is used for plants and animals for breathing. Thus, oxygen nonmetal is essential for maintaining our life. Oxygen nonmetal is also used in the process of burning of fuels in home, factories, and transport vehicles. Nitrogen is a nonmetal which is used in making fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Nitrogen gas is used in food packaging instead of air to keep the food fresh. Chlorine is a nonmetal which is used in the water purification processes. Chlorine has the ability to kill germs, so chlorine makes the drinking water supply germ free. Iodine is a nonmetal which is used to make purple colored solution called tincture iodine, which is applied on cuts and wounds as an antiseptic. Sulfur is a Sulfur and phosphorus are the nonmetals which are used in fireworks, that is crackers. Sulfur is a nonmetal which is used in vulcanization of rubber. And lastly, carbon is a nonmetal which is used as fuel. The forms of carbon used as fuel are charcoal, coke, and coal. So, students, these were the uses of metals and non-metals. You can write some of the uses as per your experience as well. Now, you have learned that in a chemical reaction, new substances are formed. These substances are different from those which underwent the reaction. Now, if a substance cannot be broken down further by chemical reactions, by cooling, heating, or by electrolysis, it is called element. Sulfur is an element, so is iron. Carbon too is an element. The smallest unit of an element is an atom. A sample of an element contains only one kinds of atoms. The atom of an element remains unaffected by physical changes in the element. For example, an atom of liquid sulfur would be exactly the same as the atom of solid or vapor sulfur. Although we have an infinite variety of substances in the universe, the number of elements forming these substances is limited. There are no more than 92 naturally occurring elements. An important classification of elements is in terms of metals and non-metals. And most of the elements are metals. Less than 20 are non-metals. A few are metalloids, which you are going to study in the higher classes. Thank you, students, for watching the video.